Haha, we are live. And as soon as my email shows up, we will says, here's the freaking thinking, stinking, whatchamacallit for the Freedom Forum. All right. Now, well, got water. Yeah, there. Becky. Yes, I'm set. I'm still in the midst of setting up for a Freedom Forum, y'all, because I just kind of this off the cuff little bit of, hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. In fact, I think it's 5 o'clock here. Shit. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Freedom Forum. I am your host, Yeo Guardsman. And if you got them, smoke them. If you don't, well, shit, sucks for you. Any Hoosiers, enjoy the Freedom Forum for what it is. This is a place where we come to offload our fucking daily burdens, weekly burdens, what have you, that we process in our day to day every day, and fucking have to realize the reality of the world as it stands. Far as I could tell, fence is still standing, so I ain't fucking too worried. So I'm gonna kick back, relax, have me a token or smoke, and we're gonna call it the Freedom Forum. I put up a couple videos earlier today talking about some things. Sure that some folks have caught those. If you haven't caught those, well, watch them later. You'll get the jokes. But I just wonder some days, Something's not freaking running right. I gotta check and get grab shit and run back and forth. But I'm gonna open up the Freedom Forum to everybody, just because apparently ScrewTube does not want me to be live. We don't want you talking. You say things that are weird. Sure. We say things that are weird here. Like, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your ass in chat room and enjoy. This is an open panel Freedom Forum here on the hump day on the Wednesday, as it were. I'm sure that my fat butt inspector is going to be checking in soon, so I'm waiting for that. Shit. Dumped out a bunch of tobacco. Name that tune. Motherfucker. All right, we're going to do this the hard way then. Please excuse me while I cut me some matchsticks. Oh, by the way, I may have to refresh my here, whatchamacalls it. Give me a sec. Because apparently, I can't even see myself on the YouTube. So I will be right back. Yes, I am the proprietor here, so I could do that shit. Yes, I am paying attention, folks, even though it looks like I'm not. I'm still getting ready for the Freedom Forum, but you know. Hello, matchsticks. Huh. This is a bygone art, by the way. Cutting your own fucking matchsticks. Most folks just buy matches from the store. Okay, homie, but I got chancla power right now. You got to make sure that you don't go over a certain set of parameters. And you want it to be as square as you can. It's funny enough, the physics behind it makes it actually work. It's one of the reasons why Diamond brand is actually really a good match brand. It's just because of the fact of the physics behind how the matchstick burns. Funny, but it's true. Side on profile looks good. I'm gonna put that in a cigarette, my pipe, or what have you. Now, this sucker burning hot enough, and it will stay lit. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I used a lighter to light the matchstick, and then I used the matchstick to light my pipe. Chasm of difference in flavor. There is a difference in the flavor. When you light with a wood match, you're using wood alcohol, ether. When you're using a butane lighter, you're using butanol. Different type of it's a different source for a gas. It's a different type of gas, and therefore burns differently, creates a different heat spectrum, causes the flavonoids in the tobacco to not have the same flavor because you scorch them. Yeah. Once again, what are you trying to get money out of it? Well, honestly, welcome to America, you fucking communist. Now, learn capitalism. The worst part is that most of these so-called communists and fucking socialists are actually crony capitalists. Um, they want big corporation, they want big government, they want all that shit, and it's like, you guys are fucking retards. Did you grow up here in America? Did you learn anything from the past 25 years? Oh, wait, you're not old enough to know about the past 25 years. Okay. Fucking stupid motherfuckers. They really bother me, y'all. Communism is a failed method. We all know this. Free market capitalism and entrepreneurship. That is the foundation of our country. It's what we need to get back to. Nowadays, it should be like, how a friend of mine did it. Uh, you want, kid comes to him and says, I want a tablet. You want a tablet? All right. Mow lawns. Charge $1 a lawn. Or charge $10 a lawn. Pretty soon you'll be able to afford that tablet. But I don't want to mow lawns. Okay, well, figure something out to earn the money, and then you can get yourself a tablet. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting for Santa Claus. And I got a newsflash for you. Santa Claus ain't real. Anymore it does, yeah. You bet your ass it does anymore. Nobody wants to fucking take care of a lawn. I mean, it's a useless patch of greenery. Pretty much. The most it does is create oxygen. And even at that, it's shit at it. It really is shit at it. Grass does not make as much oxygen as cabbage does. Grass does not make as much freaking oxygen as a tree does. Although grass does make a lot of oxygen because there's a lot of fucking grass in the United States. Damn, that's pretty good. Hell, I used to make some pretty, it's pretty all right money back in the day, or just doing a push mower. I'm just saying, entrepreneurship. That's the foundation of our country. Literally get out there, find a niche, work in it, get good at it, make some money. If it's no longer a niche that you can fulfill, then move on. Find something else that's just as fulfilling and just as fun. At the end of the day, you're going to fucking be happy you did. Yeah, everybody will fucking pay you for lawn care. Like, I don't want to fucking have to deal with it. I just want to come back home to a mowed lawn. Yeah, okay. AstroTurf or pay a lawn care, pay landscaper. Because maintenance is the fucking big deal. Now, for the home care kind of person, the person's going to do it pretty much on a no budget at all. Making yourself a scythe or purchasing a scythe from somebody who knows how to make one is probably a good option. Get a lot of exercise too. Sup, Tot? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, that's the other side of it. What are we missing here? What I see? Yeah, yeah. Well, anymore, as people are so fucking lawsuit happy, you know, they're so fucking litigation happy, it gets insane. It's like, dude, you're gonna sue somebody over what? And get what out of them? I mean, let's be serious. At the end of the day, you still have to pay all these fucking court fees and fines and shit and whatnot, and most of what you fucking sued for ends up going to the lawyer. You're not getting paid. The lawyer is. So why are you creating litigation and detrimenting your fellow American, over bullshit? This is why frivolous lawsuits should be outlawed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm happy. Fuck it. Um, ain't got much to be happy about, but I'm happy. Got tobacco in my pipe. I got a little bit of fucking rosin left for smoking a token. I got water. I'll survive. Uh, but I digress. Anyways, what was I on? I don't remember what I was on about. Hmm. Oh yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Shit, it's fucking 5:30 here. It tastes so much better than freaking lighting it with a lighter. Smells better too. Hmm. Yeah. I wanted to catch some folks before they went to sleep, and other folks, shit, right about dinner time or sitting there at the bar, like, all right, let's listen to what this crazy fucking cunt has to say, because I'm sure he's got something fucking wild up his sleeve. Um, sure, I got something wild up my sleeve. It's called a bracer. I'm a firm believer. Everybody should be armed, and therefore, too, everybody should have armor. Not just the cops. Good God, that is a recipe for chaos and insanity worse than everybody is armed. Trust me, that is a fucking way worse recipe for chaos. I mean, at least the recipe for chaos I'm talking about is kind of like a shit loaf. It's not so much like shit soup. That's why I'm saying, just arm the masses. Fuck everything. Just arm the fucking masses. Body armor and arms for everybody. Hey, you get a gun and 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 you even get a gun. Why? Because at the end of the day, more likely to fucking find your way around being an asshat and try to just be at least courteous at first, if not cordial. Or sorry, courteous if not kind, cordial if not courteous, and violent only if you have to be. It's just kind of one of those concepts where if there's that notion hanging over your head of fuck, I might get hurt really, really fucking bad if I go and I try fucking swinging my dick around, being a hardcore son of a bitch and wanting to go fuck people up. I might get hurt. What a concept. Yeah, here, you pay attention to astrophysics, pay attention to all this other shit, but don't pay attention to what's going on otherwise. Look, I understand. I love astrophysics, and I'll fucking nerd out on it just like the next guy. But honestly, uh, don't try and slip some fucking gun control bill up underneath the doormat while we're sitting here staring at a fucking eclipse. Because, like I said, yeah, I've seen dozens of them. It'll probably be really cool, the data we get off of it and whatnot. Hopes a bunch of sensors are pointed at it and cool shit, and we'll get to look at it and fucking all the sensor data and whatnot. Great. But at the end of the day, you fuckers over there with your fucking, your suits and whatnot, you just pack it in for a fucking second. All right, pack it in for a second. You just fucking full stop. That's all I got to say. Just full fucking stop. Because remember, just because we ain't looking at you right now doesn't mean you're gonna get away with it. What was that lesson you learned from your daddy when you was a kid? If you go grabbing daddy's porno, he's gonna notice that it's cockeyed in the drawer when you put it back. He's not an idiot. If you fuck things up, to the point where somebody notices you were there. They could smell you, whatever. Think about this for a second. I'm sure the concept is fucking mind-blowing for somebody from Congress, but listen, just because you ain't being watched right that fucking moment with a goddamn magnifying glass on your asshole does not mean that the belt don't come out later. Okay? That's the fucking concept I'm trying to put up here. Yeah, well, for an eclipse, yeah. I ain't never done it before. Good questions, all. Good questions. Good questions. Never in the history of the United States has a school been closed down for a fucking eclipse. Yeah, sure, we go outside and we watch the eclipse with special viewing glasses and stuff, you know. You ever seen a helioscope? We made them in school so we could fucking watch the eclipse when I was a kid. We fucking made helioscopes. So you could look down at the image and see the image, but you're not sitting there blinding yourself by staring into the fucking sun. We did that shit as kids. It was a learning experience, not this bullshit of, well, we're going to shut down school for a day and keep everybody home just in case of, you know, whatever. Because it's a fucking eclipse. It's not like it's going to... The moon's not falling out of the sky, people. Hey, Tim. But you get my point. The moon's not going to fucking fall out of the sky suddenly on top of us. It's going to take millions upon billions of fucking years for it to slowly spin down into the earth. We won't be around for it. Guarantee you that. It just is not possible at this point. Not without some radical fucking shit happening out there in space. And I mean fucking radical. You know, a comet impacts the moon and pushes it into the planet. In just the right fucking trajectory, too. Because you got to remember, in space, gravity is king. So, yeah. Don't know what the fuck you're thinking about with this horse shit, but what are you shutting down schools and fucking calling in the National Guard for? It's an astrophysical phenomena that happens once every fucking 10 years. You can set your watch to it. I'm serious. I mean, and it's once every 10 years on our side of the planet. And is visible across the United States. That's what my point is. This shit fucking is so recurrent. It happens all the fucking time. It's just a shadow. What are you scared of? Are you afraid of the dark? Then fucking buy a flashlight. What is wrong with these people? I mean, come on. What's it gonna do? What is a fucking eclipse gonna do? Oh, is this some special astrophysical fucking alignment or something? Oh, NASA's launching a rocket? And? Big fucking whoop. Last time I checked, NASA knows their shit. They build it really fucking well. They over-engineer shit for a reason. Believe it or don't, they don't want to drop fucking rockets out of the sky on top of people. That's what NASA's whole fucking point of doing things safely is about. That's why they do it that way. Literally, we don't want to. We've had a lot of fuck ups in our history. We don't want to do it the same way again. Learn from what your mistakes were. I mean, and space exploration is extremely fucking dangerous. It's why we do it mostly with sensors and cameras and special experimental vehicles, you know, and stuff like that. We don't do it with astronauts for the most part. Yes, we do it with astronauts, but we don't for the most part. Okay? There's a reason behind that. It's like, hey, the less damage we could do to a human being going through this, not only the better it looks, but the more useful shit we get out of it. Yeah, that's what's making me sit here and scritchy, you know, while I think. Let me scratch my thing. Let me scratch my thinker, you know. Yeah. There is no reason whatsoever to be sitting there going and panicking about the eclipse. Okay? The moon is not close enough at this particular point in time to damage the planet in any way, shape, or form. And it's a self-correcting system for the most part. I don't know if you guys know this, but the electrogeodynamic forces at play self-correct the moon's fall, keeping it in an equal orbit around the planet. They're not falling in towards each other because our star, continuously pushes the moon outwards and accelerates it and gives it a little bit of that extra energy that it needs. It's amazing how this shit fucking works. The moon's not gonna fucking fall on the planet, people. Stop wigging the fuck out. It's a goddamn shadow. I mean, sure, there's other electromagnetic consequences, you know, effects on the human psyche and biology and whatnot. Sure, fine, okay, I'll agree with that. If we're trying to prevent like school shootings or some shit, or you know, okay, you know, we're trying to prevent crime or something. But it's a very, very slippery fucking slope. That's a movie. That is fucking Hollywood, Kentucky. Come on, son. You need to be paying attention here, son. Thundar the Barbarian, when the moon split in half, remember where you saw that. You were inside of a box or you were watching it in a box on a screen. It was not up in the sky where you are actually looking, was it? There's a difference here. One is Hollyweird, which you're watching here, which is pretty much the same fucking thing. Just, I don't do shit like Hollywood does. I don't do special effects or none of that shit. It's all raw, real, 100 fucking %. The difference is it's not 100% real life. I mean, it's real life for me, but it's not real life for you. You're not sitting here doing it. There's a difference. Okay? There's still a difference. But at the end of the day, I'm not using special effects, whereas Hollywood is using fucking special effects. They are using a ton of special effects. They are sitting there using models and special lighting and, you know, ways to make it look like it is the case. And then the dramatic music and sounds in the background and all of that comes together to create that masterpiece so that it is believable. Rip. My sense of humor. Rip my sense of humor. But anyways, yeah, you live on the moon, all right. Sure. That'd be a giggle factory right there. Like, look, the moon base. That's one thing. That's fucking down there in California. I used to actually live, work, and train just south of there. And then, like, you know, an actual base on the moon. Sure, it's possible. Not very economical. I mean, unless you're talking future expansion, in which case, you know, okay, you know, return of resources to the planet, and you know, a working logistics chain, and I mean working, not just fucking. Oh well, it's good enough for this year. No, working logistics chain, because you're putting human beings on the fucking moon for long periods of time. A working logistics chain. That can't, if Gaza can't get fucking enough meals to feed their people, I think we don't have a working logistics chain to be able to go to and from like the moon or Mars right now. Okay? Pretty sure of that. It wouldn't take much. It's just, it would take, you know, people getting up off of their asses and stopping playing video games and actually doing it in real life. Sure, the video game is a good analog for learning how to do it, but at the same time, you know, at the end of the day, if you're sending human beings, it's no longer a video game. If you're sending millions and billions of dollars worth of hardware, it's no longer a video game. There is a price tag attached to that shit. And when I say a price tag attached to it, I'm not talking about $39.99 to buy the damn video game and then $10 a fucking roll for, you know, certain this, that's, or the others on in-game shit. I'm talking about you are flying a rocket that costs billions of dollars into space with a video game console. So like I said, it's good practice for the real deal. The difference is in the weight of what is going the fuck on. You don't get a reset button on this. You don't get a fucking, oh, I'll just buy into it again. You don't get a fucking none of that shit. No, you are fucking done. You fucked up. You're no longer on the console. We're going to put Freddy over here on the console because he's actually trying to not fuck up. He's not playing a video game. He thinks it's fucking real. That's the difference here. Fucking rip. Like I said, dude, the logistics of that would be like, it's just out of the reach of human capability commercially at the moment. Okay? And commercially, it's just not in the realm of a doable venture at this point in time. Sure, it's possible. It's fucking possible. But We can't drive boats straight, let alone colonize another rock. You're absolutely fucking correct. Did y'all hear about that fucking shit? Some idiot fucking crashed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge. It's like, bruh. No drinky drinky or you'll sinky sinky. Oh my God, people are stupid. Some of the shit that you know folks do anymore is I'm sitting here, I'm like, did you learn anything from this? Because I even learned things from experiences I still have to this day. So I'm asking, did you learn anything from this? Or are you going to go do it again just to find out what the fuck you did wrong? Because at this point, you know, I'm, you know, it's, please have learned something. Please. Fuck, that's morbid. But yeah. Fucking can't even fucking drive a boat straight. What are you doing, son? You about to end up in a head-on collision with a pier, with a piling. When Dre said smoke weed every day, he did not mean fucking get high behind the wheel of a fucking, 70,000 ton ship and drive it into a fucking concrete bridge piling. He said, smoke weed every day. As in, keep your ass calm, son. And if you're doing some operating shit like that, you definitely don't need to be calm so much as you need to be collected. It's kind of hard to be collected when you fucking high as a kite. I mean, I'm pretty sure he won't do it again for a minute. You're absolutely right. Not getting up, but he's not going to be fucking allowed behind a fucking a container ship fucking wheel for a while. I mean, God, I hope not. Or whatever the fuck boat he was behind. It, commercial, fucking private, don't matter. Son, you collided with an inanimate, unmoving object that was extremely visible above the waterline. You have no excuses. There is only one excuse for that, and I knew is not good enough to collapse a bridge. So, yeah. Zombie Force, what's up, brother? Welcome to the Freedom Forum. Oh, no. You don't even get to operate the lifeboat. The lifeboat just keeps on going in one straight fucking line. I don't know if you know that about lifeboats. There's no operators, anything to it. It's just propulsion. That's what these new fucking lifeboats are. It's a lever to let that motherfucker go, and then it's just propulsion. You are going in a straight fucking line. It's basically keeping you in a predictable path so that you can be found. So, yeah. Well, shit, that came out of nowhere. Hello. And the rain came down, son. Said like Winnie the Pooh style. How bullshit you not? It's some cats and dogs out there. What? Oh, shit. So there you go. Yeah, it's a raining cats and dogs out there. It's just like somebody cut open a fucking cloud and the sky come down. It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. He bumped his head on the top of the bed and won't get up in the morning. You know what that fucking, that's one of the, like, one of those nursery rhymes. It's like, got some really fucked up story behind it, I'm sure. Because think about the words of it. It's raining, it's pouring, indicating that there is rain coming down and it's, you know, probably wet everywhere. And the old man is snoring, meaning that, you know, he's unconscious to the world. He bumped his head on the top of the bed and won't get up in the morning. He slipped and fell in the fucking rain and won't get up in the morning because he's got a concussion now. And it's not just any concussion, it's a brain bleed because he slipped and fell and bumped his head and bumped his head pretty hard on, you know, headboards are pretty fucking hard. So, yeah, ow. Or the American adaptation, he slipped and fell and broke his tail and won't be at work in the morning. That's the American adaptation, if you didn't know. It's raining, it's pouring. I said pouring. No, it's raining, it's pouring. The old man is snoring. He slipped and fell and bumped his tail. He won't be working in the morning. You heard it here first, folks. No, I'm just kidding. Holy shit! What is this, like the leading edge of the 1,000,000-foot-high tsunami or some shit? I don't know. It's hailing for sure. On screen. Oh. Yeah, there's a feller just down the road from me here who does chainsaw carvings. He's got one out in front of his house. Pretty cool little fucking shit. There's that one too, but I wouldn't be going and giving that around as a nursery rhyme. Kentucky, I wouldn't do that as a nursery rhyme. In fact, it won't even make it on the screen here. That's pretty messed up, brother. It's true. Don't get me wrong. It's fucking astonishingly true. But, yeah. That ain't no fucking way that that's YouTube friendly. Wait a minute. Wrong end. Putting this in. Ooh, shit. Like that. Go. And shaver. Geometry. Geometry. All right, all right. Sounds about right. That is pretty cool stuff. I'm on tobacco. Yep. Fuck, I wish I had a beer right now. Ain't it fun? Well, now, are we done? Is that it? Apparently not. uh, Sorta? I mean, kinda? California's got more of the bigger redwoods, and then what's it? England has more than California does. Hmm. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. Kind of. If it would grow, I grow chickens. Do that pretty well. Lots of hen fruit. Okay. I mean, I'm just using some local freaking firewood at the moment, firewood splinters, but I'll think about it. I'll try that. If I can get applewood to actually do it. There's a lot of burl at Apple. A lot of burl wood. Which is why I want, next time I make one of these, I want to make it out of apple. Be fair and honest. Make me a proper apple, apple teardrop. Of course, got to have the apple to do it. There's applewood here at in the house, around the house. I just gotta side it, dry it, and bore it. Mm-hmm. It lasts a lot longer than straight wood. The straight grade does, which is what this is. This is straight grade. It's just I believe it's maple. Certainly tastes like it. Might be poplar. It's got a sweet flavor. And it's not so much of the hickory, salty kind of flavor. It's more of a Swedish, like a Swedish maple or a like Ozark poplar. Red Heart birch, something like that. It's got a sweet flavor to it, but it's not as sweet as, like, say, what an apple would be, or cherry. Or an American maple, for that matter. American maple's way sweeter than Swedish maple. Okay, well, as far as it goes, don't get anything painted, varnished, or what's the other one? Don't smoke off of an ebony pipe. Not unless you like really fucking harsh. Do not smoke off of an ebony pipe. Meerschaum's all right because it just does not fucking affect the flavor, but they're really fragile. Beyond Meerschaum or metal, you're not going to have anything that really doesn't affect the flavor, and even metal affects the flavor. Ceramic, maybe. Again, doesn't affect the flavor, but it's really fucking fragile. Talking wood pipes, I'm going to say go with like a North American maple. Applewood is definitely cherrywood's my favorite. But another one that would be good would be like well, I wouldn't say any like the oaks or the hardwoods if you want something sweet. If you want something that's going to be kind of more on the bitter side, go with a harder hardwood. But more or less, the fruit woods are the best for flavor. Hmm. You know, one of these days, I'm just gonna have to do. I'll have to make a fucking Gandalf pipe for people to see how to do it, because it's actually pretty cool. Um, the way that you make those kind of pipes, it's ceramic. It's actually a clay pipe. It's not a wood pipe. But with a cherry bowl would be on a different level. You'd have to go, here's the mouthpiece made out of clay, because it's the only way you're going to get that long ass fucking mouthpiece. All right, just trust me on this. It's been proven out. Clay or plastic. So we're going to do that. Or metal tubing. Any of the three options are there, but at the end of the day, if you're going to do the bowl as cherry wood, you could do that, but then it wouldn't be a Lord of the Rings kind of pipe. It wouldn't be like a Gandalf or a Hobbit pipe or any of that. It wouldn't be like that. It would literally be just a long stem wood pipe. So yeah, if you look at Gandalf's pipe in the movie when he's sitting there playing with the damn thing, you can see it's actually made out of a piece of rock. in the movie. It's according to according to the Lord of the Rings lore, he formed it out of a piece of rock, and with magic and whatnot. But according to the way that most Hobbit pipes were made, they did it out of clay with a rod acting as your stabilizer for the clay portion of it. The stem portion of it, you had a stabilizer, and they would fire the stem portion, and then they would make the bowl around the fired stem, and then they'd refire it, and then they'd refire it, and then they'd refire it and temper it. And to temper it back, what you would do is you would slowly bring the temperature down. So, yeah. Yes, the pipe does just get better. It just has to season. That is, and finally, when all's said and done, you end up with something like this, where you've got a burnt out, looks almost like it would fall out the sides, but that carbon deposit on the inside that I keep fumbling with my fingers, and you really shouldn't, that stops the rest of the pipe burning. It's a seasoned pipe already. It's got an actually pretty nice sized bowl in it, considering it's about the size of a Gandalf pipe bowl. Funny as it might sound, and as we're sitting here talking about Gandalf pipes, but yeah. So I pay attention to the grain structure of the wood more than I pay attention to the type of wood, just because I understand how to make pipes, and I've been smoking on them so long that each one is really a new experience for me. Funny as it may seem, each one is a new experience. Every single pipe that you get, every time you light up on a new pipe, it is a fresh experience. And yes, before you have your first bowl in the pipe, you have to season it before you have your first bowl. I don't know if folks have ever taught you this, or if any, people, this is one of those things that folks just don't do for some reason. My dad taught me this. He's like, if you ever do start smoking and you smoke a pipe, this is how you do it. And lo and behold, I started smoking a pipe, and I did just like he told me to. You season the pipe first with a torch, or with, if you got to, butane lighter upside down, and then you sit there and you can have your first bowl. But you've got to season it first. It gets smoother and more tangy, more crisp as you smoke on it. You get more of a tang from the tobacco the longer that you're smoking on the same bowl. So what happens is it will lose its sweet, and it'll move more towards a tang. That's how it works, Zombie. Yeah. Switching bowls with the tobacco, that's important. Not switching the tobacco with the bowl, because you're going to get different experiences from different tobaccos. Sure. But you're going to get a different experience from each pipe. So having a standard type of tobacco that is really easy smoking, you like it, that's what you start out with on each pipe. Yes, just like cast iron cookware. I want you to think back to about the point in time where people would have been making these things as specific so that they could utilize them as goods, as effects, when in a time when they did not have a department store. Because that's when most of these goods and wares were invented, when they were, first come up with. It was in a time when they didn't have the shit from the hardware store or from the local, they had to go to the blacksmith or to the tanner or to the popper. The popper made pipes. Don't know if you knew that. That's where that word comes from. Popper, piper. Piper made pipes. Popper made pipes. That's what they did. They specialized in making pipes. And so what they would do is they would make pipes out of good, proper wares, proper materials. And then they would give it to you and you would season this pipe. And a lot of the times, they'd sit there with you and they'd teach you this as they're sitting there doing it. Because if you're out in the woods, they want you to come back at some point in time, and be like, I want to buy another pipe from this guy because he makes really good fucking pipes. But if you're out in the woods and you need a pipe, well, here's what to look for. Here's what to do so that you can make your own pipe. And then at the end of the day, you come back to me and, because I gave you good information and I make good pipes and hey, here you go. It's my business continuing forwards. It's good business practice. So yeah, people knew to season their pipes. They knew to season their cookware. Nowadays, you buy a cookware from the store, it's pre-seasoned. And, you have to go look it up online to fucking figure out how to season the fucking cookware. It's like, well, geez. Yeah, me personally, this is the tobacco I smoke. And so I like, whether it's for a pipe or it's for rolling cigarettes, this is tobacco I smoke because it's cheap, it's easy, and it just so happens to be the kind that I like. It's a Burley and I think they actually advertise it on this one. Yeah, they don't advertise it on this one. But it is a Burley and Virginia blended tobacco. A Virginia Burley and I can't remember what the other ones are. But there's a couple of different tobaccos in it. It's a blended tobacco. I like blended, by the way. It's one of my things, I like a good blended tobacco, medium to sweet. That's what I like, is medium to sweet. I'm not a big fan of robust because unless it's in a cigar, Robusto is really fucking strong and is also harsh. It's really harsh. Don't get me wrong, a little bit of harshness ain't bad. It helps you to, get that tang on your tongue. But too much. And you just get sick. Like I said, I like a good Robusto as much as the next guy, but at the end of the day, I'd rather have a sweet. Never. Well, I'm not sure if I've ever done OHM. But yeah, Virginia Burley does a man good. Virginia Burley and Sweet Aromatics. It's just the perfect blend of medium and fine gold tobaccos. I do like a gold tobacco. It's like one of those, oh my God, I love gold tobacco. Mm-mm. Yeah. First time I ever freaking did the old, the hand pipe with a cigarette trick. I turned green. Sure, I turned fucking green. But hey, hell, I'll still turn green from that shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Burley is really good fresh. And all I used to smoke was Bugler Gold back in the day. I don't know if y'all knew that. Like, I wouldn't touch top tobacco if you forced it on me. Wouldn't touch freaking Bugler regular unless it was like, we ain't got fucking Bugler Gold. I was like, all right, fine. You know, I don't like it. I'll deal with it because I don't want to fucking go through nicotine withdrawals because son of a bitch, that shit's fucking gnarly. But yeah, good burley. Does a bag good. The right mix of sweet aromatics in there too, and that makes a whole world of difference. I don't know if y'all know this, but a good blend of sweet aromatics with a burley brightens the burley up. Mm-hmm. Bugler regular is fucking crap if it ain't fresh. Um, yeah, like I said though, a good aromatics brightens the burley up. I love that stuff. Hmm. Apple slice or thing of cabbage, a damp, not wet, but damp, like squeezed to the point where your fist hurts. Wrung out, damp paper towel. That works too. If you're really desperate. Um, I've noticed though, if you're doing the heat expanded tobaccos though, once it's gone, it's gone. Do not try to remoisturize heat expanded tobaccos. They are they're a bitch. Case in point, heat expanded tobacco. I found out the hard way. Do not try to reconstitute that tobacco. It gets really harsh. It actually smokes easier if it's dry than if it's uh, reconstituted. Fresh, moist. Mm. Reconstituted, moist. Ugh, fuck. Mm. The worst thing I ever smoked. The butt end of a fucking Swisher Sweet smashed up and stuck into a fucking pipe. That'll grow some hair on your balls. You want to talk about the fucking vomit comet? Holy shit. That's the fucking vomit train from hell. My good lord. I puked so hard after smoking that. Harsh is not even a concept at that point. That's sucking on a brown starfish. Like, ugh. Swisher sweet in the pipe. God. I'll smoke black and mild butts anymore, but I won't fucking smoke that fucking Swisher sweet motherfucker in the pipe. I'd just be like, ah, fuck that. Fucker's done. When it's done, it's done. You ain't smoking on it no more. I mean, and by the way, backwoods, the backwoods wannabe swishers, they taste just as fucking gaudy. Just as gaudy. And once you get down to a certain point on that thing, about yay long, it's just as gaudy. Hmm? Yeah, that was probably pretty nasty, weren't it? Hey, cuz, good to see you. Here he is at the end of the month. I'm sitting here doing the freaking open panel. And nobody wants to jump up because nobody's got the mega blips to do it. I understand. Yeah, fuck it. I'll roast some more of this because I'm just getting fucking. I'm smoking. Fuck it. Chimney. Call me Chimney Cricket. You know what I'll say? Worst you ever chewed was King B. Oh, God. That visualization. Oh, my. I'm good. Some Lou Garrett or something like that. Jeez, we're going to go that route, did you? You know? Some or Red Man Gold. You know? Or some Red Man Orange flavor. Okay, we can talk, but you know, fucking what the fuck is that shit? Mammoth Cave. Ooh. Ugh. Got a lot of a bad taste in my mouth from that. You want to talk about old donkey turds and rabbit farts? That is literally rabbit turds in a freaking bag. rabbit turd, or sorry, yeah, donkey turd or rabbit turds in a bag, depending on what you get. You know, um, me personally, I didn't do the chewing thing so much. I did a couple times. It's like, yeah, okay, big whoop. It tastes like Raisin Bran. Um, uh, dipping was more my thing. I went into the. I got real deep into fucking wintergreen. I kind of like that. Um, the skull long cut straight mixed with Coca Cola. It tastes like fucking dish soap. If you don't, it does. It tastes like fucking dish soap if you don't mix it with a little bit of Coca Cola. Black Mariah, fucking hell, guys. You trying to make me throw up? Shit. I won't do fine cut, long cut, son, long cut. The fine cut gets everywhere. Long cut. Hell, I'll do skull long cut classic before I do freaking fine cut anything. And that long cut classic is what my dad used to chaw. And oh my god, you want to talk about fucking dish soap in a fucking can? The fucking skull long cut classic in a can, the gray can. Oh, it smelled enticing, but once you got that lipper in, you were like, nope. Nope. No. 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 The fuck is that? Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I get a Cope as well. Yeah, my dad loved that too. And either Copenhagen Natural or Skull Long Cut Classic. That was my dad. It was either I smoked ports or I smoked Marlboro Smooths or Marlboro Slate or what was it? Camel Ice or Camel Turkish Jade. And then I got out of the menthols and I worked into started smoking Bugler because I was like, I just got to get off the menthols because it was a weird feeling. Like I had this weird feeling like, nah, dude, you need to quit the menthols. Doesn't matter if they open your lungs up. You need to quit the fucking menthols. There's something wrong. There's something wrong with it. You just need to quit the menthols. And I said, all right, I'm gonna quit. Fine, I'll quit the menthols. I'll smoke regular tobacco. And so I started smoking a regular tobacco, and it was, first it was Bugler roll, hand roll Bugler, and then I went, ugh. And then so I said, all right, well at least ways I'm gonna fucking do is go gold with it. So I got me some Bugler Gold, and I started smoking on it. I was like, all right, that works. And I smoked a lot of Bugler Gold, and then I got into what was it, Captain Black and Bali Shag. Bali's some really fucking good tobacco. I don't know if y'all know about that stuff, but it's really fucking good tobacco. And Shag burns so nicely, whether in a cigarette or in a fucking pipe. It don't matter. It burns real nice and smooth. You know, so that's why I like a good Shag. It burns real smooth. Prince Albert. Fucking You turn fucking green. You make me puke. I heard that too, and so I did some fucking tests with it, and no, it doesn't. It's just the menthol turns into crystallized stuff, and then when it goes in your lungs, it turns back into goo. And so on the way in, it's slicing shit up, and then it turns into goo, and so now you've got your lungs open up, you can breathe better, but at the end of the day, it's still menthol in your lungs, which is just an added hazard. And I says, all right, I'm tired of people bitching at. That was mostly what it was. Is people bitching at me about fucking menthols. Uh, but also, I noticed I smoked a lot fucking more when I smoked menthols than when I smoked regular tobacco. So, oh yeah, they're fucking brutal. That's what do you think I was talking about making me puke, dude? Fucking gross. You throw up from that fucking dizzy spell, man. But yeah, I smoked menthols for years, and then I just changed over to regular tobacco because it's like, fuck it. And honestly, kind of happy I did. Menthols, it was just the bitch sesh that was the worst part. Like, I just don't want you to die from menthol. Fine, the fuck ever, don't care. Go buy some fucking regular cigarettes. Menthols, I just like them because it's it's cooler smoke on the throat. Yeah, I fucking started on Marlboro menthols and fucking Camel Turkish Jades. That was my thing, dude. I started that. Smoked those for years, and then they started coming out with the nicer and the better, and I was just like into it. Fuck yeah! All right, let's get into it. Fucking hell yes, better, better, better. Ooh, way better. Nice. That's better. That's goddamn. That's a good flavor. Things like that. And then I started getting into the not so much the peaches and flavored tobaccos, but I'm talking good flavor of tobacco. There's a difference. One tastes like autumn. The other one tastes like candy. If I wanted candy, I'd fucking go and buy candy, damn it. I love peach O-Os. You know, I love peach rings. Y'all don't even know, but I don't like my peach rings in my fucking in my fucking coffee, and I don't like my peach rings in my fucking tobacco. Yeah, Marlboro Reds. That's something I used to smoke too. Yeah, because I'd never quit smoking. That's one thing I'll tell you. I'll tell folks right now. Um, Me and my cousin agree on this. I smoke for your health and safety. But you get what I'm saying? I smoke for your health and safety, not my own. Well, at least I smoke tobacco for your health and safety, not my own. This stuff, I smoke for my own health. This is just some dabbing goo on a freaking rolling paper. What I got left, you know. One way or another, I'm gonna end up having to walk to town this week. I already know it. Yeah, quit smoking and start equals to start hiding bodies. Yep, it's an excellent bug repellent. Weed more than tobacco. I don't know if folks know that. Weed is a great freaking bug repellent, more so than tobacco. Tobacco is pretty good at it. Menthols especially, but weed is a way better fucking bug repellent than tobacco is when burning. Just saying. Has something to do with all the camphor in it. Food for thought. As far as bug repellent is concerned, it's good carrot repellent. Reason why tobacco works as a good bug repellent is the nicotine. Let's be honest with each other. It's a good bug repellent for biting insects because they don't like nicotine. It is a good whatchamacallit, mood stabilizer for both human beings and for bees. Funny enough, nicotine is a good mood stabilizer. However, it can also be very toxic to bees, so very fucking tiny amounts. You smoking a pipe is to bees enough in the air around them to keep them calm. Don't know if you knew this, but my next door neighbor actually has a beehive, and those bees come to my garden, and those bees get very territorial in the spring. Whoa, it's fucking spring. What do you know? So, I smoke tobacco. It helps. It keeps the bees at bay. Colds, molds, and sore assholes. Yes, sir, it do. Mm-hmm. You ever notice how, unless they're smokers, most folks don't want to stand too close to a smoker? Just saying. Part parcel of it. I'm antisocial, so smoking is not a big deal for me. Nor is dipping, because I'm not worried about somebody sitting there saying, "Oh well, you need to stop spitting in that cup, man. It's gross," or "You need to stop smoking, man. Your smoke is overwhelming." Then stand further the fuck away, man. I don't mind shouting at you. I don't give a shit if everybody hears our conversation. What? I got nothing to hide. If I got something to hide, I'll write it on a freaking note to your ass and with a script at the end that says, burn this after reading. Oh, I spit on the ground anyway, so, you know, that's what I'm saying. You know, I give no shits about somebody saying, oh, that's gross, man. Ooga booga. Caveman smoke pipe. Caveman chew tobacco. Keep caveman calm. Ooga booga. Ugg smoke pipe. Ugg like flavor. Ugg like smell. There you go. There's your Neanderthal in a smoking club. Neanderthal, whatever the fuck y'all tall call it. Yes, I've got a shelf for a forehead. I'm a Neanderthal too. I'm tall, and well, the only thing about me is I don't beat on rocks no more, but I used to as a kid with other rocks. Funny as it may sound, I actually did. I lost 2 fucking fingernails from that shit. Planet of the Humans, yes. What's on your mind, monkey butt? Good point, Kentucky. It's easier to put out my cigarettes with my knuckles dragged to ground. You caveman. Is that supposed to be an insult? Is that supposed to be an insult? Monkey man make big heat, big smoke. Monkey man calm. Don't shit on my. Thank you, asshole. Little bird took a shit on my fucking on my chair. All right, Kentucky. You have a good day. Yes, sir. Day is done. Gone the sun. Gone to rest with the clouds in the sky. Safely rest. Day is done. If you didn't know what the words to Taps is, now you do. Yeah. It's sunset. Not quite sundown yet. If you're watching this after the fact, folks, my cousin just decided to fucking sit there in chat and just be like, made a joke. I am not gonna repeat. Pitch black in Ahoy, huh? All right. So yeah, we are at hour 45 minute or 40 minute, thereabouts. And the sun is going down in the west. And I am bound and determined to turn around and find something in this fucking house to eat. No guarantees. I'm probably gonna be making hash browns like I did last night. This freaking tinny fish sandwich that I had that wasn't enough because it was literally tuna on bread, with a glass of water. It was like fucking prison meal. It did worse than prison meals. I mean, hell. That weren't even a flat meat sandwich. That was like it was almost like a poi sandwich. Fish paste. So yeah, that was my last meal was fucking hash browns. Um, and that was last night. I haven't had shit to eat this morning. Cup of coffee. I'm stretching it as thin as the wire can go here. I'm literally on that level of not near enough calories and no way to get more. Well, there's a way to get more. I just ain't got the physical fucking capability for it. Yesterday I was fucking beat dragged down. Today I'm getting there. I'm gonna have to go and find a fucking tater somewheres, um, or something. I mean, like I said, just because I ain't got tons of food no more. Yeah, the old fart joke. Yes, you could be quiet on the side. At least it weren't the slippy side. I tell you what. Nice. You ever had a slippery fart? I don't mean the freaking dry, oh, it eked out or whatever, I'm talking about that kind of fart, the kind of wet fart where your butt cheeks will rub together when you switch sides. Feels like grease. That's one of them change your shorts moments. Did I do what I think I just did? Dear God. I had one of them the other day, one of those farts that they're just so greasy. It's like, you're doing the whole freaking the fat bastard routine. Oh, it's squingy. Oh my God, man. I had one of them the other day. I was like, oop, I better go check my shorts. I was just sitting there, I'd die laughing at this because now it's funnier than hell. But I walked into the bathroom, I was just like, whoop. That one was like, oh, it was I had the freaking butt hiccups. Yeah, just tell the folks you're stuck in a rut. I know. I mean, you eat freaking bread straight long enough with nothing but a little bit of butter every now and you're gonna have a greasy one. And I swear to God, it's gonna be one of those ones where you're like, oh, I better go check my shorts. This shit's pretty fucking funny, I tell you what. Yeah, the worst place I've ever had that happen to me was in the mall. I mean, yeah, and a church sucks. It fucking sucks. But at least you can kind of, squish your butt cheeks together and, kind of hold it and be like, okay, we're gonna be all right. You're gonna get through this. We're gonna make it. But you're walking through a fucking mall and you just have one of those. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. It's just like, oh my God, I did not do that. They couldn't have been me. I'm not a fat ass. I don't have a chunky butt problem. That could not have been me. It happens to every asshole out there. That's why I says, I obviously sometimes I'm an asshole, but damn, dude, that was funny. When you have that one where you're walking through the middle of the mall and it's just You're like, there is no reason on God's earth that it should sound like that. I have a skinny butt crack. The fucking string bean Olympics fucking went and said, you know, they held auditions and I was first in line. I mean, come on, son. I'm so thin I could fucking thread needles with paper. I turn side on and I'm two dimensional. It should not have sounded like that, and good God, it should not have smelled like that. And you're the only son of a bitch in the entire freaking mall sitting there dying laughing. Everybody else around you just got that look on their face like, good God, that's fucking funny. It's just like that fucking slow roll of a clapping cheeks, man. It's like pop, 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 pop. Man, you need to go check your shorts. That sounded like a freaking like draws filling right there. It sounds like a fucking diesel truck trying to start up. It sounds like a fucking Harley on the side of the road. You got the preacher walk past you and go, oh Lord. The devil come out that man's butt crack. Oh Lord. Save me, Jesus. Save me. My eyes are burning. Oh, good Lord. Oh, man. That got me over here, Don. Oh, shit. That's funny. As you know, if you've ever had any kind of life whatsoever, you're beyond the freaking suckling on a teat. You know that fucking you laughing your ass off. If you are understanding enough to be able to understand what a fart is, that is fucking funny. It is my dear. That is the international and interage funny joke. That is humor across the gamut. Like everybody laughing their ass off when he's like, as long as they're not close enough to smell it, or you're outdoors and you cut a good one. Dude, people they'll crack smile and start laughing. You just like, especially if it's got that kind of. Like, Mama, you done blown out our O-rings. Good Lord, go put that in the fucking. You need to go check your drawers. Go to the bathrooms over there, brother. Oh man, you got me dying over there. Yeah, especially if you're in a crowded room, you want people to back the fuck off, just shit yourself. Oh my god. I'm sitting here dying laughing because, dude, it is fucking funny. Don't get me wrong, like, fart jokes are the funniest shit. Like, I watch those. I'm not gonna lie about this shit. I straight up watch like those try not to laugh videos in order to laugh because it is hilarious. Especially the fucking dude Tyler Zed. Like, dude, your videos are funny. Stop. It's not fair to try and not to be like, oh, you got to do a punishment. No, that shit ain't happening, son. I'm just gonna laugh my ass off at you. Dude, if I followed all them punishments, I'd fucking be bankrupt. I'd be in fucking shackles, and I'd be ashamed. Let's be clear, there'd be no fucking coming back from some of the shit you have people do. Like, yeah, that punishment bullshit's out. Yeah, it's great, funny for a joke, but you know, at the end of the day, don't nobody do those fucking punishments, man. Come on. I mean, who fucking bought a Stanley Cup? I mean, come on. Who bought one of them fucking turds? Just to realize, you know, a basic Starbucks tumbler or, you know, a fucking, you know, any old dual wall fucking cup is the same goddamn thing. The freaking, the plastic dual wall cup you get from the Flying J is the exact same thing. It's just not made of steel. Big fucking whoop. Oh my lord. Oh yeah, there's a good one. You wanna fucking make people back the fuck up off of you in an elevator? Oh, that's one of my favorites. Like, hell, I'll kind of just turn around towards the corner and go, you know, I'll turn my face towards the corner and do the little, you know, just do your lips right there, or, you know. And everybody just kind of like, oh, dude, fuck, man, you're in a fucking elevator, you can't hold it. It works. Crowded spaces, especially. Oh man, that's fucking funny. There's a reason why, you know, when I was watching those squatter videos, like these squatters come into people's homes, rather than, you know, getting into the whole damn tirade with the cops and shit and whatnot. Well, and you know, because you changed the locks or whatever, walk in and a couple of fucking area denial weapons, you know, take some of them little squish bag fart bombs, the joke bombs you get from like Ripley's or Believe It or Not, and just chuck them in. You know, chuck them into different rooms and whatnot, all through the house. And that motherfucker will be unlivable for at least 3 days. And at the end of the fucking all of that shit, you just come in with, you know, some carpet treatment or whatnot, and you're good. I mean, that's why I call them area denial weapons, because if you were ever in a classroom where somebody decided that that day they were going to be the jokester or prankster, they were just going to fucking let one of them little fucking fart bomb packets rip. And everybody got gassed out of the classroom and had to, oh. Yes, the little fucking gag fart bombs. Those things, you know what? As a prepper, I'm just going to say it. As a prepper, you need to be thinking about off the cuff, out the box shit like this. All right, you know, fart bombs. Seriously, fucking fart bombs. You think I'm joking? You think I'm kidding? No. It's like a road flare. Okay? It's like a concussion grenade for all you tactical dudes. You know, it's like the tactical quack bang grenade. You know, they're expecting the flash and the bang and the loud noises, so they've readied themselves for that. They've opened their mouths and they're sitting there looking down at this fucking duck comes inside the door, and they're just like, huh? And they, you know, tactical quack bang out. You know, and they're expecting all this explosion, and they're caught with their pants down and their ears open, and at the end of the day, they're not ready for the 20 guys running into the fucking door because they were waiting for the flashbang to go off so that they could raise their guns, because you don't want you to have your gun raised when the flashbang goes off, because it'll throw off your aim and you might just jank sideways and nail your buddy. So that's why it's guns down when you're expecting concussions. Well, when you're expecting a concussion grenade, but you don't get one. You know what I'm saying? Quack bang out. Rubber duckies. Buy fucking rubber duckies. They are useful as hell. But yes, a fart bomb grenade. The little fart bomb packets are a prepper's dream. Get them. Get them if you ain't got them. Which reminds me, I gotta get some. But yeah, dude, you can order them online. Pretty sure. It's called the nuclear fart bomb. I believe that was one of the brand names for it, was called the nuclear fart bomb, and you can buy them online. And you can buy them in boxes of packets. Dude, you're civilians. If you're watching my videos, I mean, I know even veterans at this point, you're civilians at this point watching my videos. So, I mean, yeah, you never take the soldier out of you never take the soldier out the man, but at the same time, this is along those lines, okay? Still, even the non-tactically inclined can understand the value of an area denial weapon, such as a nuclear fart bomb. Your cousin's old chones, you take them fuckers. They got that big old shit, brown shit stains on them, and you chuck them through the doorway or something. You know what I'm saying? But something like that. I'm just saying. An area denial weapon, because that's what that is. It's the same thing as a smoke grenade or a CS gas grenade. It's the same fucking concept. It just stinks to the point where it's ungodly, to the point where you gag and you want to get out, and you're gonna get out at some point because you can't stand the stink anymore. Either that or you're going to puke, and you're going to continue to puke until you gag to the point where you can't breathe. Trust me, I've tried to stay in a room with a fart bomb before, and you can't. You cannot stay in the same fucking room. They use putrescine in it. And putrescine is not toxic, but holy shit, does it stink. It's one of those... it's the gag. So yes, preppers, definitely mark down in your list of things to buy if you have not already fart bombs. And check it off the list, and rotate your stock. Because seriously, train with them motherfuckers. You could make a full-size backyard, a suburban backyard, completely uninhabitable, completely unpassable with 4 fart bombs. I want you to think about that for a second. 4 of them motherfuckers. And you make a suburban backyard into a place where somebody cannot walk without gagging. They are area denial weapons. There's no denying that. I'm not suggesting that you utilize them for any nefarious purposes. Perfectly legal only. Perfectly legal only. And walking through your house and dropping a couple of fart bombs is perfectly legal. It's your fucking house. So, honest to God, it's your fucking house. And because fart bombs don't operate off of the same procedure as like a CS gas grenade or a smoke grenade, they're not considered explosives. Let that blow your mind. They are not considered explosives. They're not considered toxic. They're not considered any of the fucking above. They're actually considered to be a toy. It's a prank device. It's a toy. So that's why, in a nutshell, why the nuclear fart bomb is literally that should be like choice number one for preppers, because I'm going to be fair and honest. Just a regular fart, you're not going to want to stay around for that. Fart spray, good. You don't even want to be around that shit. It's a fucking funky smell. As human beings, we're opposed to funky smells. Use it to your advantage. I mean, honest to God, especially if you're an antisocial like me. I mean, fuck yes. Nobody wants to fuck with you if you got fucking, if you popped a fart bomb. I mean, really. And the reason why we call it popping a fart bomb, they come with a little water packet inside that you've got to pop in order to activate the fart bomb. And when you pop that water packet and it activates that fart bomb, you got about 10 seconds to run. Because that sploosh is going everywhere. The packet will explode on its own. Okay, this is how this particular device is made to go and work. It's made to pop and release the gas, which is a putrescine, or it's putresol at that point. It's not putrescine anymore. It's putresol because it's been solventated, and then that solventate has begun to vaporize, and therefore you get the putrescine out of it. Now, I'm not sure what the solvent is that they utilize, but dude, it is unhooking godly of a smell. It's one step off of being face first in the ass of a skunk. Your eyes will burn. I mean, dude, I was the idiot that fucking popped the fart bomb and chucked it into the floor, and it didn't go far enough. And so I was just sitting there waiting for the pop. Because those packages, they used to have a good seal on them, to the point where when they popped, they blam! Just like everybody heard that shit. And for the whole classroom, the classrooms next to your ass would know a fart bomb went off. And you'd get this kind of from either fucking classroom on either side of yours, or depending on how your school was set up, the one upstairs, you'd hear it. You just hear this. Somebody blew up a fart bomb. Oh, but could you imagine being the kid sitting next to that shit when it goes off? All you could do is literally just go, look down at it and go. just cringe in fucking preparation because you know that some bitch is coming. Oh Lord, because what the fuck? Think you know. But damn, dude, there's some funny shit. Like you know that shit is coming. The nuclear fart bomb has got to be on the top tier, top 10 worst fucking classroom pranks of all time. Okay, there was the thumbtack on the teacher's chair. There was the super glue on the toilet seat. There was the saran wrap on the toilet seat. God, that was the worst. You had somebody who was lactose intolerant, would always drink milk before coming to school, so they'd have these icky fucking farts. And I mean, dude, bro, eat some yogurt for fuck's sake. Holy God, ungodliness, nasty fucking holy shit. Dude, those farts are gross. Oh my God. Oh my God, zombie. Lord almighty, that's gross. God, no. You have to understand. I'm an animal caretaker. I've done the animal caretaking thing. Holy shit. Face first into the side of a dead cow is not the way to do it. I'm trying not to fucking puke. That was gross. Dear Lord. Oh, nasty cow. What? Good God. No, I trust me, I've done some fucking nasty shit in my life, but having to remove dead animals, burying, dead animal recovery, dead animal interment. Let me put it this way. There are some smells that I will point out are the fucking nastiest shit you've ever smelled in your life. 2-week-old fucking rotten chicken will make you gag. I don't give a fuck who you are. It has a smell to it. Beef liver that has been stewing in a puddle of what the fuck is that? And dead human being. I don't give a fuck who you are as a human. The smell of a dead human being will put you off your fucking dinner forever. You will be fucking pagagging, as my cousin says. Or, as Grant says. Sorry. Fuck it, everybody's blue now. Zombie, you're going to be blue. Everybody's going to be blue. Because, yes, folks, I've been here for long enough. I need us to fix that. Give me a sec while I quickly go and fix some shit. Gorge. Hello. Yes, sir. Oh. Oh. Yep. The smell of dead chicken puts me off to the point where it's hard to remove a dead chicken that's almost freshly dead out of like the coop or whatever. I mean, it's one thing slaughtering a chicken. I kind of know I'm going into it, or for that matter, the chicken blood is what stinks. It's the worst part of it. So I've got to work around for that, you know. Turn them upside down, hang them from their legs, and then let it kind of blood fill out all to the waddle, and then just as sharp of a blade as you can possibly find, and sever everything. So it just, if there's anything left, it just falls out. Shit, it smells like the river Styx, cuz. Yeah, rotten chicken's one of the worst. Diapers, decaying animals. Um, but like I said, there's nothing that compares to the smell of a dead body freshly starting decomposing or have been decomposing for a day. Oh my god. Ugh. It's enough to make you want to fucking just shit your shorts, puke, and fucking run fucking screaming. Fucking dead bodies, man. Yeah, no, thank you, no. Yeah, we've all seen dead bodies as kids, or, you know, well, not all of us, but you dig what I'm saying. You know, we've all seen dead bodies. Some of us just have been a little bit more, you know, up close and nasal with it. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, people fucking wonder why I fucking carry around some fucking Vicks 44 Vapo Rub. Uh, that is a lifesaver. You have no idea how much of a fucking lifesaver Vicks Vapo Rub is. Holy shit, does it save your ass in the real thick of it. Yeah, well, Vicks Vapo Rub. Vicks Vapo Rub, right across the bridge of your nose and around the outside of your nares, and you will not smell a fucking thing. I learned that. Also, it will burn the shit out of your eyes, just so as you know, so you're prepared. It's going to burn the shit out of your eyes, but you won't smell a fucking thing. And as long as you don't open your mouth, I mean. You open your mouth, you're going to smell some shit. And it might make you gag. So, you know, keep your mouth shut. And there you go. You know, just a little bit of Vapo Rub on your nose and just Breathe through your nose. Because trust me now, believe me later. The alternative is much worse. Like I said, there's a reason I carry Vicks VapoRub. That stuff is a lifesaver, and it will fucking see you through some really shitty situations. You ever have to clean out the stalls in a freaking for a horse, or for sheep, or for goats, or for chickens, or for heaven forbid pigs? It might actually help a little bit. Funny enough, they can help with that. You won't smell a thing. It's not to say that it's not still a disgusting fucking job. Just like having to move decaying dead bodies is a disgusting fucking job. But at the end of the day, you don't smell it, which means that you've got that much more control over your gag reflex. Yeah, as Eddie Murphy calls it, nasty shit. Man, what you doing with that nasty shit? You know what I'm saying? That's what you do with that nasty shit. Vicks VapoRub, cross the bridge of your nose and around your nares, and it goes. I can breathe. But only as long as I breathe in through my nose. Because every other ways is going to end up stinking. You know what I'm saying? It's for that eye-watering, nasty kind of smell that your eyes are watering already. It's probably a good thing just to kind of get rid of that smell, so that the only thing that's wrong is your eyes watering. And then you get past that pretty quick too. Your eyes dry out. God's honest truth. You will sneeze the first time you use it. Just going to be fair and square with you. You will sneeze the first time you use it like that. And maybe the second time, and the third time, and the fourth time, if you don't fucking use it all the time like that. Having to deal with dead bodies all the time like that. Otherwise, you get used to it. So, seen roadkill with a fresh paint road divided lines on them. Not my job, syndrome. Yeah, exactly. Not my job, syndrome. No, that's actually funny enough. That's the Minutemen's job. We get the shitty fucking bit of it. If you're driving down the road and there's a fucking deer in the middle of the fucking road, and you've got the gear to take care of the problem, you've got the proper vests and equipment and whatnot, hell, kind of need to, because nobody else is going to do it. Say for maybe a semi-tractor Tyler or something. Nobody else is touching that shit. That's kind of on you, brother. That's that's a Minuteman thing. That's why some Minutemen go around with a fucking snowplow. Like, hey, there's some deer on the road. I might need to get them off the road. For the most part, the state took over that shit. That you don't have to, for the most part, because there's people who will go and do that. They'll take a fucking snowplow and just shovel that sumbitch off to the side of the road. But animals lately have, for the most part, been avoiding the roads. For the most part, it's not saying that they do it all the time. It's just saying they do it for the most part now. But yeah. It's kind of hard for them to avoid the roads. So, but they've been learning to avoid cars. That's important. Yeah, it'll eventually crawl off on its own after it's been turned to pulp by a freaking semi-tractor, trailer, tires, and whatnot. A combination semi-tractor and trailer. That motherfucker hits that son of a bitch doing about like 45 miles an hour. Well, that was a deer. And that was a pair of underwear. You hit a deer with a truck and you know it. I don't give a shit if it's a big truck. You know it. Because there is this huge pink fucking cloud. I have seen a deer get hit by a tractor trailer combination, and that motherfucker literally turned into red spray. Hawaiian punch. You know, ocean spray. Taste the freaking taste the sea, you know. Yeah, my fender wells smell like that. Ooh, shit. I blame the yips. But yeah, my fender wells smell like ass too, I'm sure. It's probably every time I got to get up under there, I'm digging something else out from underneath my freaking tires or something. I'm pulling some other dead thing out of the coils of the freaking shocks or something. Ooh, that was gross. Fuck, that was a coyote. That's one of those things. Like sometimes when I'm driving, you know, you can't stop for it. You can't. Don't care. They fucking run out way too fast. You cannot stop for that shit. And and you're like, oh shit, that was a coyote. Or that was a wild pig. And that's definitely needing a new set of draws. You know what I'm saying? You know. Oh yeah, no. On my way to California, through California, this last fucking time I went through there, I hit a wild pig. And I hit that wild pig doing 80 fucking miles an hour. Oh shit, that was something. It just right out in front of my truck, and it was just like, was like, oh shit, I'm pulling over. I pulled over, I checked my truck over, there wasn't nothing wrong. I found a couple of pig hairs in my truck. In the front bumper, I was like, yep, that was a pig. Or it was a freaking road gator. No, that was a pig. That was a pig. Holy shit, I hit a pig. I'm sitting there on the side of the road like, thank God I finally fucking got a fucking righteous damn gun that will stop a pig, because holy shit. Fuck. I hit a pig. And I would have gone back for it, but I was under, I was on time crunch. I kind of had to get there to where I was going, and I didn't have the option to stop and grab the pig up and throw him in the back of the truck and butcher his ass up. I had to get to fuck where I was going. So, I did. I walked all the fucking way back to where I hit that motherfucker, and I did a lurk around and search around. There was no sign of the pig, no fucking sign of a road gator or nothing. Nice big old fucking bloody smear on the ground. Didn't find any pig though. He got up and waddled away. So yeah, them fuckers are tough, man. It got hit by a 10,000-pound vehicle doing 80 miles an hour. Caught the front bumper, went underneath all four tires, and disappeared. You know what I'm saying? Up in smoke, gone. There was not enough left of that motherfucker to turn around and piece together what happened. There was like a little bloody smear on the road, like you would normally find if you dropped a paint can or something, like one of them little tiny fucking, you could hold it in your hand, paint cans, just boop, and that was it. Nothing else. Some of them can wreck your vehicle, and yes, luckily enough, I hit a smaller pig. I don't know. It couldn't have been something like what I shot with my rifle, because that would have caved the front of my truck in. I didn't hit no 1,000-pound, no 500-pound pig. I hit something that was probably about like 40, 50 pounds. And it just went and out the back. And literally, when it went out the back, I saw something fly up in the air out from behind my truck. I mean, literally caught fucking air going out the back like a fucking rooster tail. And when I looked at my truck, there was no damage. No discernible damage. A little bit of fur. So, yeah, it was one of those, well, I need to go change my shorts. I need a cup of coffee. And I need to check on my dog because he's obviously freaking the fuck out. You know, when it came down to that little, whoa, what was that? At that point in time, I was glad I was wearing the brown pants. But yeah, that caught me all unawares and unprepared, and I literally, out the corner of my eye, I see this thing come into frame, hit the front bumper, because it just like, it literally was like that. You know, I'm driving forwards, and I see my headlights up ahead, and all I see in the corner of my eye, mind you, I'm not seeing this coming down the road. It's out of the corner of my eye, I see something literally just come into frame and whap. So this thing was doing full bore across the road as fast as it could run. 40 miles an hour and just whoop. Red Rooster. You know? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't give a shit how badass you think you are. Yeah, you know, in a one-on-one, me versus that pig would have fucking messed my ass up. One-on-one with my truck, there wasn't enough left to tell that there was a pig ever in existence. Either that or that fucker had crawled off somewheres and died in the gully. Because no way. I mean, that thing went underneath. I heard it go underneath the truck. Go underneath all four tires. Like, yeah. Kind of brings a tear to my eye because of the fact that it's not the first time I've ever been in a vehicle where we hit an animal, but it was one of those rare occurrences where I was the one driving and I hit the animal, and I could not fucking possibly have reacted in time. I couldn't, which means that I caught that fucker in the head with my front bumper. It spun around, went up underneath my front driver's side tire, went underneath, around through, and into the back between the other two tires. Because that's what I heard, was it bounce all the way around through, from front to back. 80 miles an hour. That's all you hear. But the top of your skull is in your asshole by that point because you done fucking hit the ceiling. We go, oh, motherfuck, because you've been driving forever and a day, and this thing hits, and you're just, oh, my butt just puckered, That sciatic nerve just finally lets you know, hey, I'm here, asshole. What did you hit? So, it's one of those, you realize it. You do. I've been through some shit with that truck I got. I can't wait till that motherfucker's back in my driveway. Here we are at Wednesday now of the mechanic working on it. And okay. Still understandable. Still understandable. There was a fair amount of cosmetic damage. There was also some motor repair that needed to be done, but it wasn't like major motor repair or major frame damage. It was a pane of glass, a freaking couple of doors that got dented, and might have to reseat the cat because of the fact that it got ripped out front ways. Or no, it got ripped out back ways, according to my little sister, but I'm not sure. I think she said something about they just tore it across those freaking trees rather than moving them, rather than removing the stumps, the logs, and whatnot. They just ripped it right across them, and that ended up actually doing damage in the end. Didn't punch through the fucking gas tank. Somehow, I guess, had enough road dirt on it or something. It acted like a lubricant. But yeah, it got out. Yeah, all right. You have a good one, Zombie. Thank you for coming by. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Black screen. Hey, we're back. Okay. Yeah, my phone. The 10-minute fucking cutoff period. It just won't let me go longer. Whatever. No sweat. No sweat skis, my brother. Because, hey, it's nice. It's set up. Don't have to worry about it, staying on if I walk away from it. But, that being said, you hit a fucking, when you hit a deer, you're going to be changing your shorts. I don't give a shit. Like, I mean, I do give a shit because you're going to shit. You're going to shit yourself. That is one of those hello moments. What happened? He wrecked him. His rectum. You know what I'm saying? He hit that thing doing about 80 miles an hour, and then tell you about dang on what, son? He might have to go flush his drawer. He hit that sucker going down the freaking Cumberland Turnpike. He lose real quick. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a deer can total a vehicle. You're right, cuz. You hit a deer, you're gonna have to change your shorts. um, if by misfortune you ever have the situation where you come into contact with a deer or some other large animal on the road, catch it on the corner panel. It's better to have a total loss vehicle than to have a total loss of life. That deer's going to die. Just accept it. You're in a 2,000 pound or up vehicle moving at speed. 500 pound or up vehicle doesn't matter. A motorcycle will kill a deer just the same. It might just kill you though. But otherwise, with a truck, car, fucking Sea-Doo spider or Ski-Doo spider, sorry, it doesn't matter. A Can-Am spider, doesn't matter. Catch it on the corner panel, catch it on the passenger side or driver's side corner panel, depending on whether you got passengers or not, in the make of the vehicle. But you're more likely to survive the impact. You, as the operator of the vehicle, are more likely to survive the impact if you catch it on the corner panel than if you catch it dead on down the middle. If you catch it dead on down the middle, you are taking all of that animal's weight and shoving it forwards as fast as instantaneously possible, which means there's going to be that opposite and equal force on your vehicle, which means there's going to be that opposite and equal force on you. Physics does not fucking care. That's very nice. You want to swerve to miss the deer. But you know what? You swerved, missed the deer, and then hit the oak tree. So catch the deer on the corner panel. If it stops dead in the middle of the fucking road and stares at you like some dumbasses do, quick counter steer. Right in the middle of it. Be just off to the side. Whack. So it catches it with the freaking corner panel. Because otherwise you're in a non-crumple zone in the vehicle in that dead-on straight. And it's going to delete your vehicle and delete you, quite possibly. Just because of the mere concussive shock alone. That back and forth snap can break your neck. A deer will fucking kill you at high speed. They stand just high enough that they can come up and over the dash, up and over the front of the vehicle, into the dash and into the windshield. So that's even that much more energy being related directly to you as the operator of the vehicle. Whereas if you catch them on the corner panel, because of how high they stand, they're going to off of one side or the other. Up and away, up and away. Versus up and over. I learned that as a young man. Saved my life a couple times. Not going to say least of which was that freaking pig I hit, because obviously that had to have been a freaking giant of a pig. To be running that fast. I could not see that son of a bitch. I didn't see it. I mean, I did kind of, hindsight 2020, and you remember, oh, well, there was that black streak running up towards the truck as I'm coming up at 80 fucking miles an hour, but you don't rationalize that little black dot running across the ground as something that's dangerous to you. And even if you did, you couldn't avoid it. It's kind of like, you see those trucks with the really wide offset tires. And, I'm sure a lot of people have seen this particular video. There's this video out there of this truck loses its front tire because it's sitting there wobbling and wobbling and wobbling, and it breaks off finally. And it goes up underneath of this other car, and this other car goes, oh, whoop. And the reason for that is they could not have fucking avoided that. Yeah, they registered it at the last fucking second. It was there, but it went whoop. I can fly. Welcome to Michelin Air. Yoink! Oh, hey, look. Oh, is that the ground? I can already tell what that person was saying. We all know what they were saying as they were flying up in the air. It was just like, huh, oh shit! And literally, fucking. That's literally all that they said. We know what they said because some of us have been in that circumstance. Some of us exactly. Others of us have not been in that circumstance, but we've been in similar circumstance enough to be like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. The only thing he was doing was literally just, oh shit. And then there was no more words spoken because they were upside down and scraping backwards across the ground. Hanging from their safety belt, hopefully. I've seen too many vehicle accidents where the driver was physically ejected from the vehicle and turned into paste. got to remember, I used to live out in Los Angeles, and I used to drive down the Riverside through, Tuscan Curve and whatnot. The Tustin Curve. Anyways, I watched plenty of them happen right in front of me. I watched this one dude literally back, forth, and skip up like this. The one that this is on the interwebs, by the way. This is on the YouTubes. This guy goes back. He's in a silver car. He goes like this, weebles back and forth, and then just does this kind of and bounces off the front bumper and goes onto his fucking hood. I was about 8 cars back watching this shit happen. I saw another dude. I literally was like just fucking behind the dude that had the fucking whatchamacallit vehicle. The cam. He was in the camera vehicle. He's there. I'm fucking like 8 cars. I'm like 3 or 4 cars back from this guy, and I'm watching as this car flips up, shows me the bottom end of the fucking car, does this kind of dip, pirouette, fucking dip, and then slip to its fucking onto its hood and just scraped and spun around in a circle, and we're just like all to a fucking screeching halt. I mean, I'm actually the guy in. Let's see if in that video, I'm the guy in the fucking other silver car that flies around everybody. That's me, trying to avoid causing another accident. I flew around that shit and I pulled over to the fucking side of the road and I look back and I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit. And as I'm sitting there, I'm watching the, people are fucking doing their thing. I'm like, okay, well, there's already people there. They're already involved. I don't need to be. In fact, I'd be a hindrance at this point. I was halfway getting ready to get out my fucking car and go and do, and I saw, other people are jumping out. Other people are doing, okay, I can take peace. I just witnessed somebody fucking literally fly through the air and do a fucking pirouette on the I-10. But we're all okay, and they're getting help, and I'm more in the way than out of the way if I get involved. So all's well. It all works out in the end. They've got help. I've got myself out of the situation. I'm not going to be killed. I can calm the fuck down because I'm on the side of the road. Things like that. Literally split-second decisions keeping people alive. Because that car that went end over end and went ass over tea kettle, he was fishtailing behind another dude he was drafting. And the dude he was drafting ended up spinning out further up and then coming to a stop at the side of the road, and he ran back. And, I'm further on down the road because I had to go all the way out and around this whole stupid to get to the side of the road. I didn't have any damage to my vehicle. I might as well not be involved at any point in this wreck. I'm just the silver fucking car that's going around. That's my Pontiac. And I flew around the outside of this wreck, and I'm looking back, and you see this. It was like a silver Dodge Neon or a silver Ford Mustang, but with like all the not all the cool stuff on it, just old 90s model Mustang or something like that. A coupe, basically. It was a silver coupe, and this other guy, he was in a black vehicle, like a Honda Civic or something, maybe. I don't know. But he spun out, and I'm around all of these assholes because I'm like, you know what? Traction control is engaged. I'm in sport mode already because I'm trying to fucking just keep up with traffic. And, this is the Tustin Curve. People travel around this motherfucker doing 80 and even 90 miles an hour and slide out all the fucking time. And if you are not doing the same speed, you will end up in an accident. It's guaranteed because they're coming around that thing. They're already in the drift. They can't slow down for your ass or they'll spin out, which is exactly fucking near what happened here. Dude was in the drift, and the other dude is coming around, and he's in the drift, and he just tip, boom, everybody's in pieces. And like I said, all I could do, just traction control, fucking around, fucking down to the side of the road. And then take a deep breath, look around. All right, I'm good. I'm all right. There's nothing flying around in my car. Everything's okay. Look back. Okay, somebody's running to the vehicle right now. They're getting on their horn with the dispatcher, which means I shouldn't be fucking picking up my phone right now because I'm just going to clog the airwaves. And there's another dude running in with first aid kit out of the back of his car. The other guy in the other vehicle, he's just shaking really bad. I'm looking at this guy, and you can see him, you know, he's just shaking really bad. And so you can see he starts the vehicle, he starts driving back towards the side of the road. And so I'm like, okay, no, everybody's fine. We're all okay. Just holy shit. Yes, I was in that car accident. Well, in that traffic pattern with that car accident. I wasn't in that accident. I was just in that traffic pattern with those people at that time. Scared the ever loving bejesus out of me. And, you know, I'll say this. I've seen it a bunch of times. I saw it with a blue Scion little freaking, you know, what was it? S6 Evo. I saw it with a Mazda 6. Again, blue. I don't know why they fucking do this. It's just like blue cars tend to get into car accidents on the Tustin curve. I don't fucking understand why. But, you know, people will go around that motherfucker and literally draft each other and drift, which is one of the dumbest things you can do unless you're in a rally race. We're on the freeway, guys. Leave some space. You know what I'm saying? Just in case you're going a little faster than dude, and, you know, dude is already in the drift, and you're already in the drift, and you can't really slow down for dude. You know, you can only kind of muscle off of the gas a little bit to keep it, you know, in that groove. There is a point that, you know, you're going to hit if you don't do it right. And so people end up all the fucking time down on the Tustin curve, just smacking into each other and spinning out and all sorts of shit. Certainly not the worst car accidents I've ever seen, but the most in one place. All the time. All the fucking time. The worst I ever saw, and I mean, this will haunt my dreams to my dying days. Swear to God, it's the worst I ever fucking saw. This dude in the Mustang thought he was Vin Diesel and tried to go underneath the fucking tractor trailer, and went up underneath and went like that, out from underneath through the back tires and the axles, and literally just like a fucking fast pitch machine. Took his head clean off his shoulders. And yeah, that was the worst that I've ever seen in my life. And to this day, I still, every now and then, I have nightmares. I have flashbacks of it, you know, because, dude, that was some shit. His head was missing. And he was not entirely intact right here. If you know what I mean. We only knew it was a he because his head was over there. He was dead. He was DOA. He was dead on impact. Instant. Just gone. Just like that freaking pig under my tires. Holy shit. You want to talk about fucking flashback syndrome. That'll fuck with you for your till your dying days, especially if you're one of those people you've seen it as a kid. That'll fuck with you, man. That will fuck with you. But yeah, news flash, folks. Ford Mustangs are not built, especially not stock. Fucking good God, especially not stock. They're not built to try to pull off a Fast and the Furious heist. Don't. Please. Don't. Even Corvettes are not low enough to the ground to do that. I've seen people in Corvettes do that stupid shit. Dude, that's fucking dangerous as hell, and you're gonna end up dead. You're gonna. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. If you're still breathing and you're able to get that, you've got my telling you this, even though it's so fucking late in my video. Please don't. Somebody clip this shit. Tell people, please don't do this. It's horrible. And you affect every fucking person around you in some of the worst ways. Kids see you and they're like, oh, I want to do that. And parents see you and they're like, oh my fucking God. Please don't do that shit in front of my kids. And, Prudence the safety goat's sitting there going, you boy. And, me, I'm sitting there going, fuck, please, just don't. Please, God, no. Oh, thank God that son of a bitch got out from under the truck. I saw this on my trip back from Texas. One of these dick sneezes decided to pull this fucking move, thought he was being funny. I-15 coming back from Texas. Right up underneath the truck and kept on going. I'm sitting there white knuckling as I'm watching this motherfucker do this shit. And I'm like, please God, please God, please God, no, please God, no. Oh, thank you. You fucking got there. That moment was one of those, oh my God, dude just fucking almost died. In front of me. Like, dude, please don't. Seen enough. Seen a fucking enough. And these people still do it. It's actually to the point where it's gotten so bad that I have to wait several months before I can even feel comfortable enough to talk about it. You want to talk about something that's a problem in this country? Guns aren't a problem. Dick Sneeze is doing this stupid shit. You fly underneath a fucking, a semi-tractor trailer combo to kind of prove that your car is so low to the fucking ground you can do it. That shit is fucking retarded. That shit is a problem in our country. You want to fix that fucking problem? I'm behind you 100% on that. Leave my guns alone. Leave my guns alone. This horse shit needs to kind of fucking stop now. Because you are not fucking Dominic Toretto. You are not Vin Diesel. You are not Paul Walker. Son, stop. Because I don't want to be scraping your ass off the fucking pavement. That's my problem with that. It's one thing to be sitting there and you're driving and you're doing it right. And, you got that good groove and you got that good drift in and, you got that. Good. Great. It's a whole fucking different story to try and fucking drift underneath a fucking truck. Okay, you accomplished it once. Great. Thank God you fucking survived. Because it's not likely to happen again. And if it does happen again, dude, you have a guardian angel. And you are testing that motherfucker's patience, I'm telling you. Don't do it. Dear God, oh my God, don't do it. Do not, please do not be stupid on the freeway, especially around me. That does not impress me. I don't think it's cool. And if you're doing it to traumatize me, well, you're fucking wrong for doing it. You're failing in the first portion. Unless you're really going to fucking end up underneath the fucking tires of it. And then in that case, you're failing in the second portion. Living to see and goat about it. So either way, you're failing. No, I'm not impressed. I think you're an idiot. So please don't do that. I've seen it too many fucking times, man. Oh, I'm gonna go fucking fuck you, man. I'm gonna just dart underneath this fucking. I cannot tell you how fucked up that shit is and fucks with me. Like, on a level where I can shoot a fucking deer, gut that motherfucker, rip its fucking still beating heart out, and sit there and look at it in my hand and not be sitting there, too disgusted or nonplussed. But I watch somebody go up underneath the fucking tires of a tractor and trailer combo, and you bet your ass I'm sitting there going, I need to pull over. I'm a hurl. You understand now? That's my point. And please, dear God, folks, don't do that. don't do that. There is something wrong with y'all. And here we are. It has been 3 fucking hours. Thanks for coming by and listening to my crazy ass bullshit in the Freedom Farm. Since nobody wants to get up here and be on panel and talk to me, fine. I mean, links at the top of the description, folks. Anybody's welcome. Well, anybody who ain't a troll is welcome. No reason why I do that whole thing. Well, I'm leery about bringing people up. Sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes. Kind of leery about it. But yeah, I just, oh Lord, please no more. I don't want to see nobody get, masticated on the freeway. That was enough to put me off my lunch, my dinner. And I got a fucking strong ass constitution. I can handle blood, gore, and guts. I can handle freaking puke. I can handle, everything except rotting bodies and literally that one instance of somebody going up under the back fucking tires of a semi truck. Because I was there that day when they pulled what was left out of that guy out of that Mustang. And there wasn't much left. So yeah, please, impassioned and heartfelt as I can say it, do not fucking pull Fast and the Furious bullshit going up underneath the fucking semi trucks. You think it looks cool, and it does look cool in the movies. But that's the thing, it's the movies. It's not real. And the moment that it becomes real, it becomes incredibly fucking dangerous. To the point where that's a gamble I won't even take. And mind you, I gamble. I do. I take a gamble every time I walk out my front door. Whether I'm going to the fucking driveway or going to the local market or going to fucking the damn border. I take a gamble. You know, hoping I don't fucking punch my limit and cash out. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing there. It's always a gamble. But why would you stack the odds against yourself so much, so high, when the reward is the same as you would get from going and mag dumping into trash at the range? I mean, it's literally the same adrenaline rush. If you're going to do that shit, go skydiving. You got better chances and you're not taking risks with fucking other people's lives. It's just your own. You know, I do not understand why people will do that shit on the freeway. If you are taking risks with everybody around you, you're gambling for them when they don't want to be gambling. They're just wanting to get from point A to point B. And they realize they're in a gamble. But at the same time, they've got better odds because they've stacked the odds in their favor. You know, if you're going to do that shit, do it on a track. Do it with professionals who know what the fuck they're doing. So you get the experience, but you do so without risking everybody else on the road. I mean, same could be said for drifting. You know, unless it's that kind of a situation where, you know, you're trying to avoid somebody who's a complete and utter asshole who is road raging the fuck out and trying to kill you, and you have to super speed on the freeway. Okay, great. You're trying to avoid that asshole, then do so. At the end of the day, remember the gamble that you're taking and understand the risks and try to do so much as you can possibly do to mitigate those risks. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, I've seen enough people get sucked up underneath the back tires of a tractor trailer. I've seen enough people get fucking, you know, pirouetted on the fucking 10 freeway, flying off of freaking overpasses and shit. Seen enough of it. I've seen enough motorcyclists trying to avoid these dickheads on the road and ending up as a fucking bright red smear and paste on the center divider. And when I say bright red smear and paste, I am not exaggerating in any stretch of the imagination. There was not enough left of that guy to fucking scrape off with a spatula and a test tube. His family probably buried the bike. That's what I'm saying. You need to slow the fuck down, take it easy, and just chill on the road. Yes, go at what is efficient, but also at the same time, go at what is the most safe and capable. Doesn't matter if you've got traction tires and you can handle the fucking slippery, slidey bullshit. Nobody else around you can. So you might cause them to slide out. Slow the fuck down. Sit back in your rocking chair and drive. It's one of my dad's old fucking lessons. I think it holds true to that. You're on the main thoroughfare basic roadway. Slow down and drive. Sit back in your rocking chair and relax. You need to not be Mr. I'm the asshole who's got the fastest fucking car, and just because I've got traction tires, I can go and fucking cut people off on the freeway and all this fun shit. That doesn't fucking work out for you. A lot of the time you run into somebody who's got a bigger vehicle and a bad attitude, kind of like me. And they don't want you doing that to the rest of the people on the road. So they'll try and use their big vehicle as a fucking wall. Because if you're going to put somebody at risk, it might as well be them and not anybody else. At the end of the day, drive safe. Or pull the fuck over. Seen way too much of that shit. You want to say that fucking, well, we license people to drive. Yeah. We license people to drive. We also license them to have firearms. Or what the fuck do you call the ATF? What the fuck do you call NICS? What the fuck do you call the Second Amendment? We license people to have firearms. The difference is that licensing is inherent. And so, you're taught from a very fucking young age to be very careful about these things. Whereas a vehicle, you don't think about it. Nobody fucking thinks about it. It's just a box on wheels. Right? It's just a box on wheels until you're in that wreck. Then it's a box on wheels that is protecting your life because you are stupid enough to try and test the limits. Don't get me wrong. I like driving too. I like, getting into the groove and feeling the fucking, the truck lean into it and the fucking sports car, hum around those curves. Love it. Love the feeling. There is a point where it goes beyond being, okay, I'm pushing my limits and I've pushed the limit. So yeah, carefully. In that particular situation, yes, carefully helps. Saves lives. Cannot tell you how many people I've seen fucking in car accidents. I've seen more people in car accidents than I have seen in firearms related accidents, in boating related accidents, and in fist fights that turned bad combined. I want you to think about that. All of those combined, I've seen more vehicular accidents happen. The reason being is that, we don't go so stringent and so harsh on people who drive as we do for people who own a gun. We're harder on people who own guns, who are taught from damn near birth in this country to be able to utilize a gun, to be able to render a gun safe, to be able to do things such and so much. And yet we don't teach our children to drive from the passenger seat. We don't teach our children to drive until they are of a certain age where they can actually get behind the wheel. Now, why is that? Why aren't you sitting there saying, son, are you watching this? Daughter, are you watching this? Do you see what I'm doing? Are you paying attention to all this different stuff that I'm doing with the vehicle and what I'm doing with the road and how I'm dealing with these obstacles around me? My mom and dad did. But that's because my dad recognized that was, he didn't want me ending up in a car accident. He'd been in several. He'd been in a motorcycle accident, which fucked his back up. He knew he didn't want me to be in an accident if I could avoid it. Just like him, he wanted to avoid him, but he had to learn that the hard way. He didn't want me to have to learn the hard way. Not with that one. And for the most part, I didn't have to learn the hard way with that one. But at the end of the day, I look at this and now I'm looking at it like, this is what happens when folks, you know, they push their kids to get a car or get into driving and whatnot, and they don't sit there and practice basically what I'm preaching, what my dad preached and practiced, and what, I consider something that, you should practice with your children is pay attention to what I'm doing behind the wheel. You see how I'm downshifting to drive through this snow and this ice. You see how I'm paying attention to my gauges and to the road and to this guy coming up on my side who's being a fucking dickwad for passing me on the fucking right instead of on the left, which is the legal way, because now I can see you all the way back there and I can be able to react with the steering wheel so I don't wobble into your ass. I mean, it's one of those days, those things that just bothers the fuck out of me. You want to be a dumbass and pass me on the left and you get all butt hurt and whatnot because my fucking vehicle can't variate for your vehicle's aerodynamics because I can't see you on that side, dipstick? Because you're passing in a blind spot? Don't get mad if it's not that person's fault. The only person you should be mad at is yourself for forcing them into that position. It's the way that my stepmom used to say it. Don't apologize. You did nothing wrong. But if you did something wrong, yeah, I damn sure fucking apologize. And learn from it. That's what my stepmom used to say. My dad, he was always on that level of, no, you fucked up. Whether you knew it or not, you fucked up. Fix it. Fix your fuck up. Don't expect somebody else to do it. Do it. That was my dad. My stepmom was, on the other hand, don't apologize for something you didn't do. My mom was always Miss, yes, whatever, I'm going to help you, this, that, and the other. Okay, what? My real mom, always that constant leprechaun. What can I get out of it? Which is one of the reasons why I'm dealing with this fucking truck issue. So what can I get out of it? Well, I can't afford to fix it. I'm not asking you to fix it. I'm asking you for you to transfer the money from my check to my account so that I can go and purchase a chainsaw and a winch so that I can pull this truck out so that you don't have to worry about the extra fees and whatnot. You just have to pay for parts. But what do I know? It's one of those peeves. Things that just fucking wreck your day. And we've had plenty of those today. I mean, that's why I opened up the Freedom Forum. So, and bye-bye. How do you do, Eric? Bye-bye, Eric. In and out. In and out. That's where our buddy Eric, he went all out. See, that's not copyrighted because guess what, assholes? Yeah. Any Hoosiers. I'm gonna have me one more pipe load, and then we're gonna call it. Because I'm hungry. I'm getting hungry. And I want some coffee. and I want some chow. And I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna just lose my shit on some motherfuckers soon here. So I just wanted to get out the happiness and the joy, you know, have ourselves a freedom forum, relax, enjoy ourselves, laugh, have a good ass time, talk about the things that hurt, talk about the things that help, and at the end of the day, Dios frío. It's a cold day. Dios frío de diablo. It's a cold day in hell. Yeah, there's those little rat bastards. They're sitting there chuckle fucking around underneath the shed. Probably gonna end up doing some pest control here soon. But first things first, I want to smoke myself a bowl and get fire going inside. And what was the other bit? Oh yeah, I need to eat something because otherwise I'm gonna end up falling over. Nose candy, homemade gummy bears. Yes. So, as you probably heard a couple of minutes ago, I have a rat problem. They are they're rampant. And they're big too. And I mean really big. Jesus Christ, that's a fucking big rat. Sorry, that thing almost stood 6 inches tall. That was a big fucking rat. 6 inches tall. What a force. It's a big fucking rat. Yeah, little fucker, I'm looking at you. What? Yeah, I'm watching out my door right now. And rat just ran up. Was probably standing about that tall off the ground on all fours. When he stood up and looked me in the face, and actually stood up on twos, easily that tall. Um, for scale, a little bit longer than my pipe, and my pipe to scale. In case you're wondering, that was a big fucking rat. That or a small possum. But if it was a small possum, he wouldn't have run off like that. So I think it was a big rat. So yeah, um, that's almost done. Them rats are pretty fucking hairy, scary out there, man. I'm have to go and eliminate some of the rodent problem. So thank y'all for coming by. And again, this has been the Freedom Forum. I am your host, Ye Old Guardsman, Blaine Price. And motherfuckers, I am out.